The African Prince, Episode 2. I titled this one, The Ashanti Wedding Party. I had a roommate once named Busby. He was an African prince from the Nga tribe in Ghana. That's the tribe that basically controls the capital of Ghana. His uncle was the king of the Nga tribe, and well, he had a very high opinion of Ghana and particularly his tribe. But there are other tribes in Ghana that have a whole lot more people, like the Ashanti. At one point, Busby wanted to go to Chicago to visit his brother, and I agreed. We traveled there along with another guy that was some Pakistani rich kid in my little yellow Subaru. Not a fun drive, but at least we had 3 people to drive. So we drove from Lawrence, Kansas all the way up to Chicago, and we stayed at his brother's apartment. And I got interesting things that happened, like I visited some other people from Ghana that he knew there. Interestingly enough, in Chicago, a lot of the cab drivers are Ghanaians that had come over from Ghana. And so I would sit in apartments and listen to them talk Ashanti. At one point, one of the Ashantis says, "Oh, we should speak English." And I told him, "No, speak your language. I want to hear it. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on, but I don't get paranoid about people talking about me in another language. Even if they are, that must mean I'm interesting." Well, anyway, I'm told that we're going to go to a party. Now, you have to understand, I didn't really understand the politics of race relations in Chicago. So, after dark, we took off and we ended up at this high school gymnasium in the south side of Chicago, in a very black part of town. And I had a really good time. All of the Ghanaian women loved the one white guy there, and they were all coming over and dancing with me. I never had to ask anybody to dance. It was interesting. Very polite people, fun to be with. Interestingly enough, though, Busby, because he was a noble, always had what you would call a high-class attitude towards other people. At one point we're there, he's telling me, you know, and he had a piece of paper that he grabbed, and he wrote a big capital H, an capital M, and a capital L, and basically it represented high, middle, and low class. And he says, "I am this," and he circled the H. He said, "Most of the people are here," and he circled the M and the L. And so we really don't relate that well, but, you know, I'm in America, so this is kind of like fun to do. Cool. So anyway, we partied, I had a good time, and then it was time to go. And so me, him, and the Pakistani guy go into the car. And out in the parking lot, there's a cab driver. And he says, "Do you know the way to the interstate?" And I says, "Oh, don't worry, I'll find it." He goes, "No." And he got real serious, and he says, "You get in your car and you follow me to get to the off-ramp to the interstate." I didn't understand then what he was talking about. He really did not want me, or the Pakistani guy especially, to be wandering around in the middle of the ghetto in the middle of the night. Maybe not the best place to be. So anyway, I followed him, and at one point he puts his hand out the window and pointed towards the off-ramp, and off we went. We went back to Busby's brother's apartment, and then the next day was the long and grueling ride back to Lawrence, Kansas. But all in all, it was a unique and fun experience.